A familiar event at a brand new venue, our nation's capital, hosting the DC Paradise Jam presented by the U.S. Virgin Islands. Belmont and Howard tip things off, followed by George Mason and D2 Power Queens of North Carolina. Howdy Hoops fans, Jeremy Huber here with Chris Nockey. Chris, any basketball right now is good basketball. So glad to see these teams getting out there.
Yeah, and I can tell you that at the end of this night, the one thing in common that the coaches will say is that they enjoyed playing these games and having this opportunity to get out, finally play against somebody else.
And some teams to watch today. Again, some national focus on some of these squads. Let's jump right into it. Go ahead to our players to watch. We start off with the Belmont Bruins, and their first player to watch, it's one of their guards. It's Grayson Murphy.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. Look at that, 7.5 rebounds, over 6 assists per game. Does a lot of the dirty work for this team. Tough. He rarely comes off the court for this team, Belmont. He's got a host of players around him, some of whom, unfortunately, weren't able to make this trip.
Let's jump to our second player to watch. It's their big man. You've seen him before, Nick Mazinski.
Yeah, he's terrific. He's coming off a very good year. Lefty, a little ungainly on the inside. He backs down from nobody. Scores with both hands. He's going to be a problem for Howard tonight.
Yeah, he's got a lot of offense, a lot of everything. Let's switch it over to Howard. They've got some good things to talk about for their team. We start with the biggest of them all, actually the smallest of them all. It's Khalil Robinson, the point guard.
Yeah, and they're down a couple of guys, including a couple of guards. So Khalil Robinson becomes very important in a game like this, and they're going to need his direction against a really talented Belmont team. Robinson coming off a pretty decent year. They're without Wayne Bristol Jr., who was the MEAC Player of the Year last year.
Robinson got to distribute the ball. To this guy will be getting a lot of it, McCore Maker.
Well, a lot of hype about this guy. The bar is set almost impossibly high for him. A 5-star recruit, guy, nationally known recruit. He said no to Duke. He said no to Kentucky. He said no to UCLA. A lot is riding on his shoulders.
Take a look at our keys to the game in this one. We start off with Belmont. What do they have to do to be a win? They're brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and both of these teams really have the issue where they're trying to build chemistry. New guys, incorporating new guys. Murphy and Muzinski have to be the best players on the floor, very simple. Belmont has made a living from the three-point line. They shoot it well. They spread the floor nicely.
Over to our keys to the game for Howard, the Bison's problems here.
Well, again, you've got to integrate a great star into your program and Maker. Keep the ball moving. You also have to protect the paint. Muzinski is a problem, and you've got to really negate what he does.
And time for tip-off here at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center, deep in the hearts of Washington, D.C. It's time to get this basketball season underway for these two teams. Belmont, a squad who is a perennial tournament team. Howard, a squad, Chris, that's looking to get there.
Belmont's been to the tournament or qualified for the tournament 3 of the last 4 years. How about this, Jeremy? 251 wins over the last 10 years for this program. Howard coming off a 4-win season, yet both these teams find themselves in a situation where they're trying to figure it out with a lot of new faces.
Muzinski and Maker to jump this one up. Belmont in the navy blue, Howard in the white today. We are underway here in D.C. as Belmont controls. Shot up from the corner, that's off the mark, but put back up and in by Hollander's starting lineup there. Of course, Luke Smith, one of the interesting stories, a former D3 player, Chris.
Yeah, Casey Alexander, the Belmont coach, says he looks like a D3 player but plays like a D1 player. He had confidence enough to take that first shot on the first possession for Belmont.
Starting 5 for Howard, Sam Green, another transfer from Drexel.
And Green is important because this is a team with 9 new players, and you need some sort of veteran stability, and he does that for you as a grad transfer who played some Division I basketball at Drexel. And how about Maker getting on the board early?
And doing it down low, that's the question. How much, because of that immense skill set he has, how much will he play inside and out? Shot up from the outside, no good. Maker with the board.
He can take it coast to coast. Great handle for a guy with this size.
Kicked over though, down to Maker on the block. Over top Muzinski and knocks it down. McCore Maker.
That is his game, that face-up 15, 16-footer. Smooth.
So talented. Mazinski trying to take him down on the block.